Hello students, welcome in the history class of 6th standard. Today we are going to start lesson number 7, Mahavir and Buddha, great preachers, Jainism and Buddhism. Students, in this lesson we will read Jainism, Vartman Mahavir, teachings of Mahavir, Jain councils, Jain texts, Jain sects, spread of Jainism, decline of Jainism, Buddhism, teachings of Buddhism, Buddhist councils, Buddhist texts, Buddhist sects, spread of Buddhism, and decline of Buddhism. Students, let's have a look on the objectives of this lesson. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to know the social conditions that led to the rise of new religions, and you will also be able to know the teachings and ideologies of the two great preachers. Let's have a look on the important terms related to today's video. First term is Tirthankar, saint or religious teacher, and the second term is Jin, a person who has subdued his desires and attained supreme knowledge. Now students, let's start reading of the lesson. Towards the end of the later Vedic period, the Aryan society and religion witnessed many changes. With the growth of the caste system, the Brahmins became the most important class in the society. They enjoyed many privileges and were exempted from paying taxes to the king. They dominated all aspects of religion and claimed sole authority over the Vedas. The hymns of the Vedas were too difficult to be understood by the common man. He could not understand the philosophy of the Upanishads. The number of sacrifices increased and became more and more elaborated and expensive. Thus, Hindu religion had become very complicated and confusing for the lower classes of the society. Witnessed means observed, privileges means advantages, exempted means free from, dominated means controlled, claimed means declared, authority means power, elaborated means detailed. So students, you already read the later Vedic age in the previous lesson. So what kind of changes were observed at the end of the later Vedic period? Such as Hindu religion became very complicated, means tough. Out of all the four classes, Brahmins became the most important. Social evil practices like child marriage, Parda system, Sati system, etc. prevailed in the society. Besides this, mantra of Hinduism were very difficult and common man were not able to understand it. So, Hindu religion became very tough and confusing for the lower class of the society. Let's read further. The Kshatriya and the Vaishya opposed the supremacy and privileges of the Brahmins. The Kshatriya by this time had become quite powerful. Owing to the flourishing trade and industry, the Vaishya too had emerged as a rich and strong class. The lowest class of the Shudra, who were ill-treated, were also full of discontent and anger. It was in these circumstances that two new religions, Jainism and Buddhism, made their appearance and became quite popular among people. Flourishing means growing. Emerged means appeared. Discontent means dissatisfaction. So students, there were four classes in the society. Most dominating class was Brahmins and the most powerful class was Kshatriya. Now, the Kshatriya did not accept the superiority of the Brahmins. With the growth of trade, the Vaishya class also came out as a rich and strong class. And students, people of lower caste were treated very badly and they were also dissatisfied with the prevailing religion. So students, due to some evil practices came into existence in Hindu society, the two new religions, Jainism and Buddhism, emerged and became very popular among the common people. Now students, let's read about these two religions in detail. Jainism. The founder of Jainism was Rishabdev. He was succeeded by 23 Tirthankar or great teachers of Jainism. The 23rd Tirthankar, Parshvanath, is said to be the real founder of Jainism. Founder means creator. So students, who was the founder of Jainism? Rishabdev, and after him there were 23 Tirthankar. 23rd Tirthankar was Parshvanath. Parshvanath was considered the real founder of Jainism. So students, the teachings of Parshvanath were non-injury means non-violence. Non-stealing means not to thieve anything. Non-lying means always speak the truth. Non-possession means don't get jealous. So let's read further. He means Parshvanath left a well-formed organization behind him. The last and the 24th Tirthankar was Vardhaman Mahavir. So students, now let's read about Vardhaman Mahavir, or the 24th and the last Tirthankar of Jainism, and the development of Jainism under him. It is Vardhaman Mahavir who gave a proper direction to Jainism and shaped its philosophy and teachings. So students, as you have already read about that Vardhaman Mahavir was not the founder of Jainism, but he gave a proper direction and shape to the Jainism. Now let's read the early life of Vardhaman Mahavir. Mahavir was born in 540 BC at Kundgram near Vaishali in Bihar. He too, like the Buddha, belonged to a royal family of the Kshatriya. His father Siddharth was the head of a Kshatriya clan called the Janatrika. His mother Trishula was a Lichvi princess. Vardhaman got his early education in all the branches of knowledge and art. He was married to Yashodhara and had a daughter. At the age of 30, Mahavir left his home in search of truth. Clan means tribe. So students, when was Mahavir born? In 540 BC. Where? At Kundgram near Vaishali in Bihar. The name of his father was Siddharth, who was the king of a Kshatriya tribe. The name of the tribe was Janatrika. His mother was also a princess of a Lichvi tribe. The name of his wife was Yashodhara and they had a daughter. But Vardhaman Mahavir was not interested in household life, so he left his home at the age of 30 to attain knowledge. Now students, let's read the next point, search for truth. Vardhaman wandered from place to place for 12 years practicing meditation. In the 13th year, he attained Nirvana under a sal tree on the outskirts of a town called Jrambik Gram. He was now called Mahavir, the great hero, or Jain, the conqueror. His followers came to be known as Nirgranthis, or free from bonds. For the next 30 years, he went from place to place and preached his doctrines. He died in 468 BC at the age of 72 at Pavapuri near Rajgir, Bihar. Students, wandered means moved, doctrines means principles or teachings. Conqueror means winner. Meditation is a practice where an individual uses a technique such as focusing the mind on a particular object, thought, or activity to become mentally and emotionally calm. So students, Mahavir moved from place to place and practicing meditation for the 12 years. So after practicing meditation for the 12 years, in the 13 years, Mahavir achieved Nirvana. Nirvana means enlightenment under a sal tree in a town called Jrambik Gram. After the attainment of enlightenment, Vardhaman came to be known as Mahavir, or the great hero, or Jain, or the conqueror, who wins over his desires or wishes. So students, the followers or the pupils of Mahavir came to be known as Nirgranthis. Nirgranthis means free from bonds. In Hindi, bandhanon se mukt. So, for the next 30 years, Mahavir moved from place to place and delivered his teachings to the common people. Vardhaman Mahavir died at the age of 72 in 468 BC at Pavapuri near Rajgir, Bihar. This place is known as the Nirvana place of Mahavir. Now students, look at the do you know box given at the page number 64. The term jinn was used for a person who had subdued his desires and passions and attained supreme knowledge. So students, subdued means left. Desires means wishes. And you already read about the word jinn means conqueror, who left all his wishes and achieved true knowledge. Now students, let's read the second do you know box given at the same page. Several forms of Prakrit language were used in different parts of India. They were named after the regions where they were used. For example, the Prakrit language of Magad and Mithila were known as Magadhi and Maithili respectively. Several means many, regions means area. So students, Jain literature wrote in Prakrit language. During that time, Prakrit language was used in different parts of India and was very popular in common people. There were different names used for the Prakrit language in the different areas. Like in the Magad, the Prakrit language was used as Magadhi, and in Mithila, the Prakrit language was named as Maithili. Now students, our today's class is over. I hope the topic is clear to you. Now your homework is reread today's topic and revise the important terms.